Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Any new subscribers, anybody that's come by ain't subscribed, how about subscribing and liking the channel? If you hold ICP, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so once we make a video on ICP, you'll be notified of it. So we're gonna get around the charts and look at ICP right now, currently sitting at a price of $2.18. Down on the current day, 0.18% on trading view. We're sitting on a new day, 2 hours and 29 minutes. As you can see on the chart, we fell outside of this trend line, and I want to give you an overall view of my take on ICP right now, the overall structure. The token right now is in a clear downtrend since early you could say June. It made a lower high around $2.80, $2.90, and has been grinding. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, we've been grinding lower with weak bounces. Key observation from the chart, is currently we're consolidating around $2.18 and $2.22. We failed to hold above that $2.30 recently. I looked at the RSI and we were sitting around 46.35. We're neutral, but we lean in bearish. The stochastic RSI, when I looked at it, it was 68, showing some short-term momentum, but not strong yet. Our volume delta it's been consistent negative, and when it's consistently negative like that, sellers are remain in control right now. People selling ICP, and I don't know if they just knew what they hold, they would not sell it. Funding rate slightly positive, but nothing aggressive right now. And the open interest is relatively stable. It's just holding where it's at. Key levels to watch: we got resistance at $2.25. up to $2.30. That's our immediate rejection. We need to get above $2.30 to hold that. That'll put us back up in the trend line. And then our next level would be around $2.45 to $2.50 is where our next rejection would be. Right now, our support level underneath us is around $2.05. $2.10. And right now, breakout level above $2.30 would be the first bullish signal that I could say we would have on ICP if we could get above $2.30, stay above that. And right now, I'm just going to be honest with you, I'm bearish right now on the short term on ICP. We could, it's struggling to find buying pressure. Nobody's buying ICP. Unless we see a move above $2.30 soon, it may continue to drift lower. We could see ICP reach all the way back down to $2 to $2.05. So the chart looks weak, and it looks weak to many of the other altcoins right now. And I'm just sitting here waiting on either a micro Bitcoin move or project specific, some catalyst to happen in the market on ICP to give us a bounce to turn back bullish. And I'm just being honest with you. I hold ICP, and I just like to cover the truth here on the channel. We are holding above the bottom of the Fibonacci right here at the zero. It's at $2.12.5. But if we don't soon get some momentum to turn around, we're gonna fall below that. And like I say, we're looking to come all the way down here. Let me blow this up. Somewhere around the -236 right here. we could come back down here before we even see a breakout above that $2.30. So I'll just come to you and just give you we always ain't gonna be right on these calls, but what I see is Bitcoin coming. We done made this fee right here. All right, we come down and try and just consolidate before we make a move up here. That's if. This is if the market is in our favor. That's if the market is in our favor. Once we may see a pullback to $2 and $2.05. I'm not saying we're gonna have to pull all the way back to the negative 236 at $2. Well, it's a little bit above $2, $2.07. But we could see, we could just somewhere about where this wick is right here. We could come back down there again before we see another move up. But we need, tomorrow sometimes said, we're getting another red, it's pulling back. It's just weak. Yeah, I don't know if you hold ICP, and if you don't, you're thinking about it. This is a good time to be getting in. This is some of the lowest prices that ICP's been since it launched, and from $700, I believe, and it's fell down this slow. Now ICP's it's gonna make a comeback when people realize what this project is and what it can do. It's just awesome project. And I can go into details about that on another video, but I just want to come give you a short update on the price action and what I see on the charts. I wish it was where I could give you some better news. It look like here on the 4-hour chart, we formed a head and shoulder, as you can see right here. And like I say, we could see some down pressure back to that negative 236. We did wick there, but we got some good support right there because, as you can see, when we wicked down, we came down, we shot right back up fairly quick. So we do have some good, and that might be what it takes to come all the way down, consolidate here and build some momentum before going back up. That's all I'm saying. We need to get into a range where we can pick up support. Buyers become dominant and then move back up. Unless you trading, I'm not buying at $2 and selling at $2.30. I'm not doing that. Now if I trade, it's a different story. But on a straight spot buying, I'm not going to buy at $2 and once it gets back up here, sell it, because you may not get that chance again to buy at $2 and $2.05. Now, all reality, as time goes on, the Bitcoin, it's scenario. I hear somebody today comment that Michael Saylor strategies, the stock, it ain't got nothing to do with the market pulling back. They got to be out there ever loving mind. It takes somebody ignorant to think that it ain't, and I'm being honest with you, I ain't holding nothing back, to think the fundamentals like that don't affect Bitcoin. When they see somebody that's built up Bitcoin, bought Bitcoin like Michael Saylor and them has, and then they're going to say that don't affect the market. When they sell, they got to be out there every little. Are we in a bear market? Michael Saylor has got little to nothing to do. You got to be out your ever-loving mind, because he said many times he would never sell Bitcoin. But what did he do? He sold Bitcoin, 32 Bitcoin, I believe. Well, that affects the market because people get nervous. Oh, man, what if he dumps a whole bunch more? What if Michael Saylor decides to sell a whole bunch? And it looks like to me, to be honest with you, because their stock ain't coming. It shot back up where it should be around 100. Let me see what. Let's look at it right quick. MSTR. I think that's the name. Yeah. That ain't it. Well, you see it dumping. This one right here. This is strategy. Incorporated. Look how it's dumping. It's down almost 10% on the day. What's that in ST? Right here. You see, it pushed back up, but it dumped back down. It's sitting at 80. This should be holding up here at 100. And this is Strategy Incorporated. This ought to be holding this constantly up at this $100 range right here. 99, 100. It's fell down. It tried to bounce. It's coming straight. It keeps coming down, y'all. It keeps coming down. Let's see on the daily chart. Look here. It pulled down. It went back up, and it came back down again. This ain't good. This is not good for Bitcoin. I'm telling you. It keep dropping. It ain't gonna be good. Bitcoin's gonna drop harder, and that's gonna cause bearish pressure on ICP. This pullback on ICP is got nothing. It's a bear market. It's got nothing to do. All these alts over here, majority of them is pulling back, and that right there tells you that puts fear in people that hold Bitcoin. So they start selling. They go in a panic sell. Well, sellers fixing to sell a whole bunch of Bitcoin and cost the price of Bitcoin. All they're thinking about. They're making the situation worse because they selling. They panic selling. In the foot, you got all kind of content. Oh, it's going to 30,000. It's going to 10,000. Bitcoin's going to zero. You start talking like that, it puts a lot of fear in people. So when Bitcoin drops, guess who else is going down? Because Bitcoin is the market. ICP. We already seen some of the lowest lows since ICP is launched in this bear market, and it could even get worse. And I'm being honest with you, it could even get worse. And nothing really to say to do with ICP. ICP's an awesome project, but you got the bear market, and you got things that cause crypto to go up. You got things to call. That's just the name of the game. It's like stocks, but you got a riskier asset holding ICP, Bitcoin, any crypto. It's just a risky asset. So what happens when panic gets into the market? When fear gets in the economy, they sell the most riskiest thing, crypto. So I do believe you're going to see ICP. It could get $2 or just below $2. I've never seen it. I really don't think I've ever seen it. Well, I think it got the $2 right under $2. Well, it might have been right there at $2. But physically, I have not ever looked at the chart and seen it under $2. But it's getting to that point. We just may see ICP under $2. And not to put no fear in nobody's mind, but it'd be a great time to buy. If you dollar cost and averaging in, this is the time to do it. If you want to get on ICP, this is the time to do it. Now, I'm not sitting here telling you ICP going to go to zero or go to $1. I don't think it's going to go to $1 or nothing like that. But we could see it slightly fall under $2. An awesome time. Because I see this project being worth 100 or better in the future. Once they realize they can't do what they really want to do until they get ICP. These these websites shutting down, getting hot, shutting down. These exchanges getting hot, shutting down. Every time I turn around, AWS going down. And this is the solution right here. But let me tell you something. Some of these exchanges don't want to get on ICP because when they can, manipulate the market and liquidate you, there ain't gonna be no excuse like that on ICP because it ain't gonna happen. So I do think in this crypto market that's one of the main reasons that they will not. You got a crypto this good. You got internet computer this good. Why isn't it listed on Robinhood? Why is you got Robinhood over there sitting over there with some trash right now that's nothing compared to ICP that I consider trash crypto, but they ain't got ICP over there. You know why? Because they don't want to back ICP because they know ICP can eliminate their problem. What the problem they use is that you trying to get a lot of people keep their money on exchanges. Sorry to say, but a lot of people do. And when and they trade. A lot of trading, you got to have your money on these exchanges trading. You got to have your tokens on these exchange trading. So when it gets congested, when these exchanges get congested, they liquidating the market. They manipulating the market to liquidate you. Their reason is they keep you shut out. October 10th, we couldn't even, the stop losses didn't even go into effect. A lot of people lost money past it, and some people done some bad things to themselves, and they ain't here today to tell you about it because they lost so much money. So, and that's sad to say. They don't. That's the reason this project right here ain't getting backed up. I'm telling you, there's people with higher in power that says, "Hey, we don't want ICP. We don't want to promote them. We don't want to give them no. We don't want to give them a leg to stand on because of that reason. But it's coming. It's coming. The people need to get behind this and say, hey, we want this to stop. Try ICP. Somebody needs to create a exchange and set it on top of ICP. Build it on top of ICP. And when they're all these and have low cost fees, low trading fees, like I say, Kraken Pro. And I'm not promoting Kraken or Kraken Pro, but I'm just saying to me they got some of the lowest fees out there. But anyway, they need to build. Somebody needs to come along and build an exchange on top of the ICP blockchain. And I'm telling you, have low fees, and they would dominate. All this other stuff that people's trying to sell you on this content to get a percentage of the cut. Now, I ain't saying that Caleb Brown ain't good. I'm not saying I trust Capital or any of them ain't good. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about these trading exchanges like Coinbase. And then you got, I got Crypto.com, and they was one of the only ones that didn't lock you out when that, but their fees are so high. They didn't lock you out when the October 10th crash happened. It didn't mean, but the spread on the spread on their price of their crypto and the fees that they charge you to even move crypto, to withdraw your money, your crypto back off the exchange. It's unreal, people. It's unreal. But you wait. somebody out there is gonna say, "Hey, this is gone far enough. I'm gonna be able to exchange on top of the exchange platform on top of ICP and call it whatever you want to call it." And they're gonna dominate. They're gonna dominate. Which Robinhood ain't too bad. But if something happens, you can't get on Robinhood. I tell you right now, you can get on Robinhood. I'm telling you, you can get on Coinbase, you can get on Robinhood, you can get on Binance, you can get on none of them big major exchanges. You can get on. But ICP's got a solution, but they don't want to use it. They ain't gonna use it. They don't want to. If they fix that problem, well then they ain't gonna make no money when they manipulate the market. I'm just being honest with you. They've done it the whole time crypto's been ever since crypto's been started since Bitcoin and the trading started. That's what's happened. And that's one reason the ICP is having some of the hardest times. They launched the exchange set a price on ICP when they launched it. The Definitive didn't have nothing to do with it. They evaluated that token and said, "Oh, $700," and because they knew we got to do everything we can do to make ICP look bad. Now you talking about a narrative that's true? That's it. Now y'all can believe all the $10,000, $100,000 XRP, all that hype and conspiracy theory. I don't believe it, but I do believe what I'm telling you about ICP. But it's going to change. It's going to change in the future. It's going to change. And that right there, you won't get. When it changes, when everything changes, you will never ever get ICP for nowhere near $2.18. Right now we're in the bear market. You better take advantage of this opportunity that I'm telling you. And I ain't no financial advisor, but I'm telling you, this might be the last bear market you get ICP for $2.18, anywhere close to that. So I'm telling you the truth, people. Don't think about what I'm telling you. ICP for what it now it ain't gonna be able to do it all. I like Drew Banfield. I listen to him. He's a funny, hilarious guy. But when he gets on there evaluates cryptos, there's nothing good as ICP. But if he watches my video, I hope he listens. Understand this, Jerry Banfield. I'm behind you on everything that ICP can do. But ICP won't be the only one. It won't be the only one. It'll never, as long as the world stands, it will not be one crypto ICP doing it all. It won't. It won't. You ain't got. They wouldn't even let Walmart do a lot of stuff they wanted to do. They ain't putting it in the hands of one person or one entity. They're not going to do it. Yeah, ICP will be here when a lot of these other cryptos have faded out. I'll stand behind you 100%. And I do believe that because of the hype, XRP has went to the price it's went to, and is at the price because a lot of people hold XRP, and I'm with you. To me, I see XRP ain't no good. Not compared. There's other cryptos can do the exact same thing and faster and cheaper than what XRP is. And XRP ain't gonna do it all. It ain't gonna do. I could really bash XRP, and I made money on XRP, but that's the only reason I ain't gonna sit here and really bash it because I made money. People went to their grave thinking they went to their grave saying XRP was going, or thinking they held money that they could have spent with their family, went on a cruise or went on a vacation, but they held out. XRP going 10,000. We're gonna be rich. Let's hold on. and they died and went to their grave thinking XRP was going to go to 10,000 dollars, and XRP can't get to 10,000 pennies. That's the truth. It'll never get to $10, probably in our lifetime. It will one day, but I'm telling you, if people don't wake up by the next bull run cycle top, if they don't wake up, they need to get exactly what they're waiting for. Nothing. Nothing's coming. There ain't nothing. The nerdy, the conspiracy theory, the writings on the walls, and all this that they've done, yeah. You put all that together, it's been a joke. It's been a joke, man, and grown people never grow up. God gave us a brain to have common sense. And I hate to be sitting here rambling on, but they never get. It's pitiful, man. Idiots, but to be honest with you, idiots. If you think SRP going to 10,000, 1,000, 100, you lost your head with loving. Always chasing the next Bitcoin. If you want the next Bitcoin, you better buy Bitcoin. And I'm being honest with you. If you want something, you better go out there and spend 60. You want to see something that's probably going to go to $1 million, you better go buy Bitcoin. And I don't hold one penny. I don't hold no Bitcoin. I'm not no Bitcoin maxi. But I promise you one thing. If you want to hold an asset that's probably going to go to $1 million, you start buying Bitcoin. Buy you 2 or 3 Bitcoin. And I promise you, somewhere in the if you buy 2 or 3 Bitcoin today, in a couple of years, you'll be a millionaire. I promise you that. I promise you that. There ain't gonna be no other crypto big as Bitcoin. Never gonna do it. Never gonna do it, people. They can move all the money across the world they want. They ain't never gonna be big as Bitcoin. So, hope you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, people. I appreciate everybody comments. The whole ICP. But don't just view. Hit that subscribe button. Don't cause me to be here 8 or 10 years trying to get monetized. Help me out. See you on the next one. God bless you.